John. Good morning to Mr. and Mrs. Regis. Good morning to Sharon and Bruce, my colleagues, all of the management and staff of Street 919 FM. Alison Samuel, good morning. And I also extend a special good morning to my cousin Curtis Joseph, who celebrated a birthday yesterday. Always a special occasion. So it would be remiss of me if I didn't send out birthday greetings to him. Always locked on as well. Good morning to Mother Tuna Puna. Mano, morning Angie. I hope you're listening, so I can't say I didn't say it. Right. So, folks, today we have an abridged version of the program on account of the fact that we will be replaying Dr. Rowley's speech from last night at the PNM's virtual meeting in La Joqueta. Right. So we would not have the call segment, and that feature will come up in just around 12 o'clock. Right. So I will just get into my piece for today, and then I will hand you over to the capable hands of Dr. Rowley. Some of us may not have had occasion to listen to it last night because I don't think it was streamed on television, but on YouTube. So some people may have missed it. So if you did in fact miss it, you have an opportunity to hear it today. Right. Well, we may not have had Carnival 2021, but certainly we had. Dr. Rowley treated us yesterday to stick fight, because was level bois sharing yesterday at that press conference. And we're talking about the second part of the press conference, where he sought to deal with the whole brouhaha and the bacchanal surrounding the Police Service Commission and the appointment or reappointment of a commissioner of police. And so all the bacchanal and confusion that was taking place and all the assumptions and... Okay. Oh, it was on TV6. All right. Thanks, Judy. But all the bacchanal that was taking place and all of the assumptions and who had what meeting and who meet with who and who intercepted the Police Service Commission chair and all kind of thing. The Prime Minister sought to deal with that yesterday. But you know, you will always have the haters no matter what. After they say all that they have to say, and the Prime Minister made liars out of every one of them yesterday, some of them just couldn't deal with it. And so they would have, one or two of them decided to do the live and to ill-speak the Prime Minister. But apparently the Prime Minister had the UNC shells shocked and stumped, because normally the UNC would have responded to the Prime Minister's press conference within an hour or two. But I realized that it took them almost 24 hours before they put out a statement, and what a weak, sedate statement it has been. Unfortunately, I don't have time to read it for you all today, but perhaps I will address it on Tuesday, God's willing. Yeah, but... there was a song I wanted to play, but I don't know why the internet playing with me this morning. I wanted to play Zandoli's Woodman of the Year, the Stickman. Because, oh boy, Dr. Rowley share blows yesterday. Level bois. Somebody check and see if the leader of the opposition still has a pulse now. Because after all that licks that share yesterday, who went dead, badly wounded. Either that or they afraid to death. Had to be. I mean, as I told you, they took almost 24 hours to respond. So, yeah, Dr. Rowley was having none of it. And there was a lot of revelations that came out yesterday as Dr. Rowley sought to defend as well the Honorable President of the Republic, right? Now, it was my intention to go a little bit into that discourse. Unfortunately, I will not be able so to do today because of time constraints. But... as we on the topic of the president, two things. Let me address that today. So I see the office of the president has responded. I guess she was probably waiting on the prime minister to say his piece, and then the president came out and said her piece, right? And the president, based on the statement that has come out, I think it's in one of the newspapers or more of the newspapers, but the office of the president also put out a release, and it's a very telling release, in fact. So all who was speculating and saying all kind of thing about the president, all who want to move a motion to impeach the president and all kind of nonsense, I hope that they would be rethinking that based on the statement put out by the president. But there is something I want to play, Trinidad and Tobago. You see, the disrespect for the president continues from the house of the rising, or rather the house of the setting sun. So last week we were treated to disrespect of the president from UNC Senator David Naked, who called the president, you all know what he called her, and notwithstanding calls from several quarters for him to apologize and in some cases for him to resign, neither of the two has come to pass, and nor have we had an apology or any condemnation from the leader of the opposition of what many people think to be a low-down dirty shame. In fact, from my understanding, the leader of the opposition would have gone so far as to blame Dr. Rowley for being responsible for Mr. Naked's outburst. Yeah, that is to tell you how sick that party is, that basket of deplorables. So Mr. Naked said, he called the president what he called her. The leader of the opposition decided to move a motion to have the president impeached. And of course, the other moron, UNC moron in the parliament, in the Senate, well, one of several, the dog liar, Anil Roberts, the Tupel man, he was not to be outdone. He had to get in on the act as well. So much so that he saw it fit yesterday to do a live in which he insinuated now that the president is a lesbian and that the president's decision to choose Bliss C. Prasad to head the Police Service Commission, that perhaps there may have been some sort of sexual relationship between the president and Bliss C. Prasad, hence the current conundrum. Yes, you did not imagine what I just said. Just when you think these people couldn't get any lower, it takes a really sick, dirty, nasty, warped mind to come up with a conspiracy theory like that. And so proud is he of that he saw it fit to do a live. And of course you have the members of the illiterati, the members of the basket of deplorables, who always want to criticize the PNM or PNM supporters drinking Balize juice and PNM supporters left foot, right foot, supporting this kind of folly from Anil Roberts, right? They praising that kind of nonsense. All right, let me just play this here, right? My apologies.
Pom-pom business mashing up Trinidad because pom-pom business have nothing to do with qualification, brilliance, ability to do work. Pom-pom business, Baroli. Now, you have the definition of pom-pom business, pom-pom governance. You see, qualifications don't matter. Independence does not matter. Lines get blurred. The Constitution, which is a clear, precise document, and you might be an expert on the Constitution and an expert on ethics, having lectured at you wouldn't. But when pum-pum come in, everything gets blurry. Bliss C. Prasad, Paula May Weeks. Was Bliss C. Prasad appointed by you to serve in the Police Service Commission as chair, even though she was a PNM chairperson of the CDA, taking direction from the PNM government? How did that line get blurred? Paula May Weeks, Bliss C. Prasad. How did it get blurred? Are there any nominees that are going up and being replacements appointed by the president, that lines may be blurred? It seems that the president is not the president of Trinidad and Tobago. Kamla Prasad Bisesa called it a bishop's tea party. I want to know if it's a pom-pom party. Is that what's going on? Is that what confused the whole issue? Because all lawyers, attorneys, they read the Constitution, they read the law, they know the independence, they know conflict of interest, very clear. So Paula May Weeks, are you a proponent of pom-pom governance? Do you believe in the pom-pom governance theory of loyalty? Have you ever engaged in pom-pom governance that can explain some irrational behavior? These are just questions. Whenever you feel to jump out and talk, just talk all.
309,000 people support that, right? 309,000, and I didn't play the full thing for you all, right? As I said before, it takes a special mind, a sick, dirty, disgusting, perverted mind to come up with something like that. And this man is a senator in the Senate of Trinidad and Tobago, appointed by the misleader of the opposition, Kamla Prasad Bisesa. She really knows how to pick them, you know. I wouldn't even say she scraped the barrel. To even say that she scraped the gutter to find these two men would be